The Islamic view of creation and the Day of Judgment. Did Ibn Sina and Farabi become infidels because of their ideas? Welcome back to this third video in our five-part series, exploring deep debates in Islamic philosophy, where we will examine the Islamic perspective on the creation of the universe and the Day of Judgment, concepts that stand in stark contrast to the ideas of Ibn Sina and Al-Farabi. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's get right to the point. The Islamic understanding of creation, the beginning of the universe. In Islamic theology, the universe was created by God's command and had a definitive beginning. The Quran provides a clear explanation of this act of creation. Indeed, your Lord is Allah, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. Quran 7:54. This verse highlights the belief that the universe is not eternal, but was brought into existence by God's will. Creation ex nihilo, out of nothing. Islamic doctrine asserts that the universe was created ex nihilo, out of nothing, emphasizing God's absolute power and independence. This stands in contrast to the philosophical idea of an eternal universe, which limits God's role to merely sustaining a pre-existing cosmos. Continuous divine involvement. Unlike the rationalist philosophers' views, Islamic theology teaches that God is actively involved in sustaining the universe at every moment. As stated in the Quran, every day he is engaged in some work, creating, governing, etc. Quran 55:29. This verse underscores the belief that God's creation is not a one-time act, but an ongoing process that relies entirely on his will. The Day of Judgment, the end of the universe. The concept of Qiyamah, Judgment Day. Islam teaches that the universe as we know it will come to an end on the Day of Judgment. This event, referred to as Qiyamah, is described in vivid detail in the Quran. When the sky breaks apart and the stars are scattered and the mountains are blown away. Quran 82, 1-3. These verses illustrate the complete destruction of the heavens and the earth as part of God's divine plan. Transformation of the cosmos. The Quran describes how the current universe will be replaced with a new, eternal order. On the day, the earth will be replaced by another earth, and the heavens as well, and all creatures will appear before Allah, the One, the Supreme. Quran 14:48. This highlights the temporary nature of the current universe and its ultimate transformation by God's will. Resurrection and accountability. Islamic belief holds that all humans will be resurrected after the destruction of the universe to face divine judgment. The Quran states, "Then you will surely be resurrected on the day of resurrection." Quran 23:16. This belief in bodily resurrection and accountability directly contradicts Ibn Sina's more spiritual interpretation of the afterlife. Ghazali's defense of Islamic doctrine. The rejection of philosophical eternity. Ghazali strongly defended the Islamic view that the universe had a beginning and an end, opposing Ibn Sina and Al-Farabi's assertion of an eternal cosmos. He argued that the concept of an eternal universe diminished God's absolute power and independence. For Ghazali, creation is not just a logical necessity, but an expression of God's free will and omnipotence. The necessity of revelation. Ghazali emphasized that the truths about creation and the afterlife could only be fully understood through divine revelation. While reason has its place, it cannot substitute the knowledge provided by the Quran and Hadith. Resurrection and divine justice. Ghazali upheld the Quranic description of bodily resurrection in the Day of Judgment, rejecting the philosopher's view of a purely spiritual afterlife. He saw this as essential to Islamic theology, as it underscores divine justice in the ultimate accountability of all souls. Theological implications of the Islamic view. God's omnipotence and will. The Islamic perspective of creation and the Day of Judgment affirms God's absolute control over the universe. This stands in opposition to the philosophical idea of a self-sustaining cosmos. Faith in the superiority of revelation. Islamic theology prioritizes faith in revelation over speculative reasoning. The Quran provides a comprehensive framework for understanding the origins and destiny of the universe, leaving no room for philosophical reinterpretation. Accountability and moral purpose. The belief in the Day of Judgment reinforces the moral and ethical responsibilities of individuals. It serves as a reminder of the transient nature of life and the eternal consequences of one's actions. While this episode shed light on the Islamic understanding of creation and the Day of Judgment, the clash between reason and revelation doesn't end here. In the next episode, we'll explore how Imam Ghazali's critiques reshaped Islamic philosophy and established theology as the dominant framework. Stay tuned to see how these debates transformed the intellectual landscape of the Islamic Golden Age. Thank you for watching this episode in our series on Ibn Sina, Al-Farabi, and Imam Ghazali. Don't forget to watch the earlier episodes if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next part. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think the universe is finite or eternal? Can reason alone explain creation, or does it require faith? Share your views in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.